Hello and welcome to Mondays Bookworm episode 13, the podcast that help people understand why and when you should read books. I am your host Santhosh Nimmani, proud Introverts Career mentor, and today we are going to talk about Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. The author was an American surgeon and a writer. By combining his daily work experience as a surgeon with profound studies of the human psychology, he came to a conclusion that our self-image is the cornerstone of our mental state, and therefore of all the success and failures that happen in our lives as a result. His bestseller, The Psycho-Cybernetics, published in 1960 and is considered one of the best books in self-help category. Here are 3 lessons from this book. Lesson 1. The way you act is a result of the mental image you create of yourself. Whether you like it or not, you have created your own self-image or a blueprint of who you are. Every success, failure and experience you have had played a role in creation of this mental illusion and illustration. Life events, whether traumatic or wonderful, lead us to create the mental blueprint of ourselves. This principle is important to know because who you believe yourself to be determines how you act every day. For example, if you have had struggles with math your whole life, you may tell yourself that you are bad at math. That's it, just who you are. It's the thought of being awful at arithmetic that makes you continue to struggle. Maybe instead of having a hard time with numbers, you think that people judge you for the way you look or act, which causes you to push people away. Unfortunately, this perception of yourself and how others view you is the making you shut down. This principle is similar to Martin Seligman's explanatory style, described in Learned Optimism. How we explain life events to ourselves determine how they will affect us. Between every situation we experience and how we will feel about it is a space. Within that space, we decide what to think. The circumstances means whether good or bad. We have to improve what we think to change how we feel in any situation we encounter. When we upgrade our perception of ourselves and the world around us, we can improve the way we act. The use of mental imaginary is one of the strongest and most effective strategies for making something happen for you, is a famous saying by Wayne Dyer. Lesson 2. To create a successful personality, include these 7 principles. Author teaches that there are 7 elements of a personality that attract success. The acronym SUCCESS summarizes these fundamentals. The first element is sense of direction, or having an objective to pursue. Direct yourself towards success every day by setting goals. Next comes understanding to know when your fear or desire is altering the truth. Anxiety, fear and desire causes us to misunderstand events, which leads to failure. Then we have courage, which is taking calculated risks to make your goals happen. Don't delay actions until you are completely confident. Even imperfect courage is better than none. Afterward comes charity, which consists of putting the problems and needs of people first. Next is about caring for others, is a hallmark of outstanding individuals. Next is esteem, and is all about having a positive self-opinion. Tell yourself often that you can do whatever you think you can. Self-confidence comes after esteem. You can improve this one by remembering your past successes. Learn to accept and love yourself for who you are and forget your past failures. And last, we have self-acceptance, which is learning to live and be okay with yourself and weaknesses and strengths. Lesson 3. How you care for your emotional well-being determines whether or not you can become your best self. As with physical injuries that forms physical scars, emotional pain leads to emotional scars. The pain that causes scars in our body, natural way of protecting itself from more damage in the same place. The purpose of emotional scars is the same, to protect the soul from the future damage. Unfortunately, scars of this heart distance you from people. Think of these scars like emotional walls that keep out even the people that love you the most. So, how do we heal this damage to the soul? Like a scalpel can cut away physical scar tissue, forgiveness is the tool that breaks down emotional walls. Forgiveness comes in two parts: forgetting the feeling of pain and letting go of the act of forgiveness itself. Erase in your mind the feeling of being wronged. Then work to forget that process. As you work at this, you will find yourself healing from emotional wounds and letting others in again. By developing a habit of forgiveness, you will pave the way to unleash your true personality. This process will allow you to teach your maximum creative potential for the full expression of who you really are. Another unlikely but vital key to our emotional well-being is practicing disinhibition. Disinhibition. When you focus too much on what others want from us or what they think of us, we hinder our full expression of self. In contrast, disinhibition teaches that we should speak before we think. This is one way to eliminate the self-conscious thoughts that often prevent us from being ourselves. Next week, we'll continue to help you with more episodes of Mondays Bookworm, which is exclusively released on Monday. Want to suggest a book for future episodes? Click on the link in the show notes to record your message. Do follow or add to favorites for more book summaries. We'll meet you in the next episode of Mondays Bookworm. Till then, have a nice week.